Who's it gonna be? Oh my God! My brain's gonna explode. My brain's gonna explode. There's something sinister afoot, absolutely.
You did it.
Hello, everybody. Welcome into the Slightly Biased show here at the wonderful Haymaker studio. I am joined by the one and the only Nick Angstead, everybody.
It's an honor. It's an honor.
Really is.
You got quite an operation going here, Slightly.
That's right. I mean, whenever we said that we spent $11 billion on this, people thought that was an exaggeration. It wasn't. It was maybe even underselling it a little bit. But
I've recorded in your house, and now I've recorded in a studio with you. We have leveled up here.
He has recorded in the house. But yeah, I'm happy to have Nick here. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff. Obviously, Mavs-centric, some geopolitics I'm going to toss your way without.
So many takes.
Didn't tell him anything that we were going to talk about. We'll see if this network even exists after this episode. Really, it's up in the air at this point. But no, I'm happy to have you on because I really want to talk about Cooper Flagg.
Always.
I'm just not realizing this is a doubleheader because we're doing Locked On later.
That's right.
Because the Mavs play the Pistons tonight, which actually is interesting segue because Cooper Flagg, number one pick, going up against Cade Cunningham, number one pick, Dallas icon. Some say Arlington icon. How do you feel about that?
Well, with the World Cup coming, they're changing all the names of the stadiums to like Dallas Stadium is
that right?
AT&T, yeah. They're changing like the Foxborough, like the Patriots Stadium to Boston Stadium.
Are they really doing that?
Cities' names don't matter anymore, apparently. You can just name anything you want. So
that's
Dave
fantastic
can be a Dallas.
news.
He can be a Dallas icon, even though he's from Arlington.
That's great news for me because I am of long belief that we should not associate anything with Arlington.
Well, they're not at all.
No.
They're just calling it Dallas Stadium, even though it's not even we're close.
I hate whenever I'm watching a Cowboys game. They're like, we're here in Arlington. It's like,
What
just,
does that mean?
Just say Dallas, please. We don't need to associate ourselves with Arlington, Texas.
No, we're good.
So you're anti-Arlington?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Arlington people in the chat, I don't know. This is live, by the way. We're not going to be reading the chat, but I do see the chat and everything. All right, so Cooper Flagg, he was drafted number one by the Mavericks.
I was there, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I just wanted to double check.
Just confirming that it did happen.
Okay, cool.
Not a man on the moon situation.
Okay, sweet. And can we pull up his last 15 game stats? Because it has us talking crazy. We talked about it on the show. No, I have them. Don't worry. Do you mind?
I don't know what this was.
I'm not doing anything on this show. I'm having my guests pull up stats for me.
Disagree. You have written notes. You have a rundown. You have a chat. You have your phone in front of you. You have multiple beverages.
This is my notes. This is real life. Every game. People say I'm not prepared. Really.
Who says that?
A lot of people. Look at that.
That would be wrong.
So last 15 games for Cooper Flagg. 21 points. 4 assists. 6 rebounds. 58% true shooting. All while shooting 24% from 3.
Yeah, no, that part's not good.
That part's not good. But the efficiency numbers, despite the 3-point shooting, is the story for Cooper Flagg because he is so good at getting downhill and getting to the rim. I've said recently, I kind of think Giannis might be a comp that I'm getting closer to.
Well, he was the same size as Giannis coming out of the draft. Like Giannis was not 7-foot Giannis that
right.
like a for lack of a better term, Greek god looking person. I mean, he looks a little bit like Cooper Flagg looks like right now. Cooper Flagg though is able to use his physicality a little bit better than even what Giannis was able to do his rookie year, and it's obviously. His jump shot is ahead of where Giannis's was. The 3-point shot, the percentage doesn't look good, but the mid-range stuff that we've seen, the turnaround fades that we've seen from Flagg, like he's ahead of where Giannis was at this point. I don't know if the physicality is going to get to where Giannis is right now, where Giannis turns around and can dunk over anybody basically, but Cooper Flagg shows a lot of the traits that Giannis did.
Right.
Jason Kidd likes to remind us about.
That's true. Yeah, Giannis is kind of a one-of-one developmental story, but why I say Giannis is just the relentlessness in which he gets downhill. And I was trying to figure out what exactly it reminded me of. And once I got to Giannis, I think we're in a group chat with the DLLS guys, and it gets very hostile.
They are so mean to us.
They really are. And they say some things that, honestly, if the group text got leaked,
it would take down all city. The entire city would be taken down.
Yes. No, but I think it was Cato who said it. It's like Flagg uses that that combination of size and like lengthiness to almost be kind of awkward in how he maneuvers into space. That reminds me of Giannis kind of. And then Giannis sort of bulked up and became just so strong that he just bumped guys everywhere, that he was able to combine that with his physicality. And that's what I'm starting to see with Coop. Like, I'm kind of tossing out Tatum. I don't think they play all that similarly.
Interesting.
I don't see it because Tatum's just become such a sidestep 3 merchant. And I think he's a really good player, but that is such a...
if you want to put it like that. But you want Flag to go in the Tatum route.
Right.
Because the Giannis route is like you have to have unique physicality that is just only like one of one player. And that's where you have to go with Giannis. With Tatum, you're like, all right, the jump shot comes with it. Now, Tatum relies on the jump shot too much sometimes. You don't want Flag to do that.
Right. I'm actually going to add Tatum to this list because we got some interesting players.
This is how prepared he was.
So I wanted to do a thing. And I'm trying to figure out the best way to phrase it because I don't want it to come across like all these guys ever do is talk about trading players on the mat. But I wanted to do this exercise.
Fine with that accusation.
It's not, people love trade talk. I mean, it's just the truth. We are. Can you confirm or deny they're shopping Cooper Flag?
I can not confirm or deny.
Okay. Wow. Jesus.
Anything can happen now. Anything.
Wait, did you see his quote yesterday? Where he was like, "God willing."
Yeah. That is the only person that could help the Cooper Flag not get traded is God himself.
God willing, I stay here. Who knows, really? No, but I want to do this kind of thought exercise. It's like right now, who would you pick? And maybe the better way to phrase it is, who would you pick over Coop if there was like a fantasy draft tomorrow, right? Like if they just
if I'm starting a franchise,
right? If they just said, "All right, we're putting all the rosters in a draft pool and we're going from scratch." So I wanted to look at recent number 1 picks. Poor Atlanta Hawks, last year's number 1 overall pick, Zachary Ricochet.
You know, I'm keeping the flag flying.
Okay. The flag stays flying instead of Ricochet Island, which that's unfortunate for Hawks fans, but they probably are going to get bailed out this year.
With an AD trade.
Wemby?
The Wemby one is so interesting.
Okay.
Because obviously he's a player that has arrived now and is just a unique physical specimen and a unique talent and all that. I'm worried about the injuries. He's growing still, apparently. He's 7'6" now? Like, every time I see him.
Nobody knows.
Every time I see him in person, he is bigger than he was before. And I can't get over he had a calf thing. He had the blood clot thing that seems like he's recovered from. The injuries is,
So this is my DVT brother, so be careful what be careful what you say here.
I think I would keep Flag.
Okay, wow. All right. I thought the reason why I just said that the way it was because I thought it was just Wemby.
I'm coming on the slightly biased show.
Okay.
I've got to be a little biased.
All right. I appreciate that. And I get the Wemby thing is injury. There's not really an argument.
Absolutely. If we knew Wemby was going to have a healthy career and he's going to play all these games and play like Jokic, you know, how many games he does, then yeah, you obviously take Wemby.
What if it was you're guaranteed 50 games a year from Wemby and 80% chance he's healthy in the playoffs?
Yeah, I take Wemby still probably.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes though, I got to be honest, like the Thunder game you watch and you're like, oh my God, Wemby's the greatest basketball player of all time. But then you watch the Knicks game and it's like, oh my God, Mitchell Robinson just sunned him for 12 minutes in the fourth quarter. And then it's like, are we too quick to annoy him sometimes? But I'm just gonna go with what my eye test tells me.
This is his second game back.
I know.
I think I'm okay with it.
Usually when a player hits those highs, it's like that's who that guy's probably gonna
There is a level of physicality. I mean, we saw everybody go through that. We saw Dirk go through this several times where you just realize there's a level of philosophy. Wemby hasn't played playoff games yet.
Yeah, true.
That felt like a playoff game in a way. And so once he figures out that kind of physicality, then he'll be way better.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, let's keep the number 1 pick train going. This is an interesting one. Not really for me because it's a clear cut.
Again, you're asking me would I trade Cooper Flag for this player?
Again, we trade is just like an easy way to say it. I'm saying in a fantasy draft scenario.
Who would I take first?
Okay, yeah. Who would you take? Paolo Banchero.
I'm keeping Flag.
Yeah. To me, the real question is how quickly is Flag going to be a better player than Paolo Banchero? And could it be by the All-Star break? Like, that's kind of where I'm at with that one. That's not even a debate for me.
We talked on Locked On Mavs yesterday. Isaac and I talked about how the Mavs can get Cooper Flag his co-star for the next, 10 years or so, like the next young player to play with him. And we were like, all right, let's go through all these players. Basically, the same players we're going through now. This would be an awesome player, but they're not going to trade him. They're not going to trade him. And then I got to Paolo, and I went, wouldn't be the greatest, fit necessarily, but Is there a scenario where the Magic look at their roster and go, we put all this into it? We're a first apron team, probably going to be a second apron team if we try to make another move next year and decide to split these two guys and, all right, and pick Franz instead of Paolo? They probably won't, but that's the one of all these great players you're about to list.
Wait, when you say they probably won't, you mean
they'll probably keep them.
They'll keep them both, yeah. But if they were to split, I'm a Franz truther, big time.
Wow.
I just think he's a better player, but I think he has role player-itis. Which is
Franz does?
Yeah.
Well, you move Paolo out of there, and then
true. Even when Paolo doesn't play, I feel like there's times late in games where it's like, dude, Franz, you're the best player on the court. Like, please stop passing the ball to Tristan da Silva, who's good, but like.
I think it's a Mo Wagner problem. I think they get rid of Mo and then
you think so?
Step up. Yeah, he's
separate the brothers.
always just going to be the little brother.
That's fair. So flag pretty easily there.
Yeah.
That's would you say a few months ago heading into the season, if you were to travel back in time, like, hey, by December, you're like clear cut flag over Paolo. Would you be surprised by that?
I would be. Well, I mean, Flag was known as a better prospect than Paolo.
Yeah.
Right? Like, from draft people that evaluated both of them, they would put Flag over Paolo. So I wouldn't be surprised by that. I'd be surprised at how close it is right now, considering the year Paolo has had.
Well, that's kind of what I'm saying is how
old do you think Paolo is?
He's what, 21?
He is 23. He's 5 years older than Cooper Flag. That's the type of runway we're talking about when you have Flag. 5 years. In 5 years, he will be where Paolo Banchero is right now.
The conversation that would surprise me is like, dude, I think Flag could be better than Paolo by the end of his rookie season. Like, that's kind of where I'm at with Paolo. More of a Paolo thing than a Flag thing, I think. All right, these last two. Cade Cunningham?
That's a tough one because Cade has shown, he's leading the number one team in the East right now. He's shown real clutch ability, big guard. You can plug him in and immediately he's the lead, like he's the offensive engine of your team, which is a rare thing. Like not many people have that in the league, and we've seen what happens when you remove one of those from your team.
True.
I think I would take Cade.
24 years old.
Maybe I wouldn't. 24?
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm still. I'll keep Flag.
So I guess my question would be this with Cade. What do I actually think Cade can finish? Like, Cade's best season is he's a top player in the league?
Top 4?
Top 4?
I mean, he's 24, so like there still is a runway for him to hit.
Of course, yeah.
And get better. The 3-point shot is a big thing for him, and we're talking about
turnovers.
Flag's 3-point shot, but we're talking about it in his rookie 18-year-old season. The 3-point shot for Cade is the one where we're like, ugh, if that doesn't come around. And he was supposed to be a good shooter coming out of college. Like that Oklahoma State season, didn't he shoot like really well from 3?
I can't believe I would say this. I think I'd take Coop. And honestly, before we even started talking, I thought I would take Cade, but I think I would take Coop just because the size and
6 years older.
6 years older, and it's just if Coop becomes what he becomes, I think he could be.
The other thing you got to think is that building around Cooper Flag is so much easier than all the rest of these guys. You could put literally anybody with Cooper Flag, and it could work.
So I actually want to veer off real quick based off of that, because I've been thinking about that lately. Because there's been this like ongoing conversation that's like, in order to win around Luka, you need this. The Lakers roster sucks because you need to have this. And I read all those tweets, and I can't help but think to myself, like, yeah, but that's every team, though. Like, you just described every good NBA team.
Yeah, they all need those.
We need athletes and defenders and size. That's what you need around Luka. And I'm like, well, that's what Shea has.
Yeah.
That's what
the Celtics got.
Yeah, that's what Jokic has. But that's like the easy to build around thing. It's like, yeah, so how would I build around Coop? And it's like, well, I'd want a really good center who can catch lobs and defend in space. And I want good ball handlers who can make quick decisions and defend. And then it's like, oh, that's just who I'd want around.
But you do
player.
need like an offensive engine. I think you need some kind of offensive engine at a high level. I don't know that Coop is going to be that for you. And Cade can be that. Obviously, we talked about Luka. He could be.
So that's the ultimate question: is do you think Coop can be the number one offensive hub?
I don't even think he needs to be the hub. You can have a setup guy, like an offensive setup guy, if you need that, right?
So I guess my thing's like,
Tatum was not the offensive setup guy,
but he kind of was in the finals. At least he was like their point guard.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's like I've gotten to a point.
Coop can be that. He can be that, and if he can be that, then he can win a title.
Well, I'm reaching the point where it's like I don't know what Coop can't do at this point. Like I don't know what I would say. So Cade, you'd go Cade.
No, I'll keep Flag.
Okay, I think we're both Coop there.
Talk me out of it.
Ant.
Keep him Flag.
So Cade was a bigger hang up for you than Ant.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh,
Ant is more of a wild card to me.
really?
Just like, is he gonna be cool hanging out in Minnesota or wherever my team is?
Huh, interesting. So you take Cade over Ant. Is that kind of what you're getting at?
I probably would.
I'm still a big believer in Ant's. Like, could have a year where he's like the best player in the league.
2 Western Conference Finals in a row.
Yeah,
He's been good.
that one's really tough for me. It's
You're a big Ant guy.
it's your bit, so I'm not gonna be the one.
You were
to
like Ants over Bugs Life. Like that's how much of an Ant guy you were.
No, that is so untrue. I'm a huge Bugs Life guy, even to this day. And it actually formed a lot of my political opinions.
Bugs Life did?
Anyways,
there is a million of them to one.
Anyways, okay.
Wait, expound upon that.
What?
Can I do the therapist thing? Like, tell me how Bugs Life affected your life.
Well, it was one of my favorite movies of all time growing up. I loved it. I loved that they all banded together for a common cause, the community aspect of it, all of these different bugs that are all from different species and groups.
Who did you relate to the most in Bugs Life?
The slug. Forgot his name.
I am the cute little bumblebee.
I think,
His name was Heimlich.
Heimlich, that's right, duh.
He was not a slug. He was a caterpillar.
Caterpillar, okay. I've got
Actually, there was a slug, right? Wasn't there one that
there's like all of them.
there was a slug in the movie and he like slithered through salt and then he dissolved. I think he got murdered in the movie.
That's depressing.
Your favorite movie?
I know it is. I mean, again, like I said, it's so
Anybody
formative.
Get murdered in Ants? I don't know.
Ants was like a violent, like revolutionary anarchist, like
Well, so
communism
was
movie.
Bugs Life.
I know, but Bugs Life was like
They murdered Hopper in that movie. They murdered him.
Like Bugs Life was kind of like a, hey, I'm a democratic socialist. Ants is like, I am a full blown like anarchist communist. Like we're gonna overthrow the government.
Bug Tifa
with a violent vanguard party. All right, I think I'd go Ant.
Yeah, I would disagree, but you go for it, man.
That's just such a toughie. But what about the Thunder trio?
All of them at the same time?
No, not all of them at the same time. Shea,
you take for sure.
Yeah.
There is still a big percentage chance Flag is never as good as Shea.
and there's no shame in that.
No.
You're talking about a top 2 player in the league right now.
An MVP that won a Finals MVP. How many times did that even happen?
Yeah,
Even
not often
a lot of
at all.
MVPs.
Surprisingly, actually.
Embiid, Rose,
Yeah,
Westbrook,
it's crazy. Embiid never made it
Harden.
to the conference finals.
All those players will never be Finals MVP.
Paul George.
Just kidding. Am I in the time machine again? Did we go get the time machine?
J-Dub. This one.
Stop. What?
Okay.
The list doesn't even.
All right. Well, I did a top 25 players under 25 list because ESPN did it.
Yeah.
With the idea of being like ranking him with future, and I put J-Dub one spot ahead of Flag. And in hindsight, I wouldn't have done it.
In their career, they'll be better.
Yeah, and this
J-Dub would be better.
And I did this like 3 days ago.
Okay.
And they have not.
Where's my camera?
They have not let me live it down yet.
This man to my left loves the Thunder so much. I can't stand it anymore. He loves grifting. He loves.
I agree. I think it's a skill.
The barking that they do.
That's not true.
He loves Lou Dort. He loves how Lou Dort throws his legs in the air when he goes around his screen. He loves Mark Dagnall's little quarter zip. He loves everything about the Oklahoma City Thunder. He loves the OKC ring in the park, and you know what the actual name of the OKC ring is? He loves all that stuff.
I don't dislike him. I mean, I don't know what to tell you.
OKC truther over here.
Well,
you would take J-Dub over Cooper Flag?
No, and I regretted doing it immediately. But what I did say was there's no way in hell.
But what was your process in putting him over Flag?
My process, and I immediately regretted it. And then I thought to myself, I overthought the process because I said, well, J-Dub's already been an All-NBA player.
He's better right now.
Right, yes. So, like, that was sort of my thought process. If I were to redo the list now, and maybe it's peer pressure because I got bullied so badly afterwards.
Well, if you did the opposite, you get bullied by the 12-year-old OKC fans. So.
Well, that's not true. They actually love me, believe it or not.
Yeah, because everything I just said.
Because
J-Dub is going to be 25 in April.
Here's the thing. I was so high on Shea years and years and years ago.
I remember.
So that's just me doing victory laps at this point.
Yeah.
And way before he even made an All-Star game.
Right.
So I'm taking some victory laps there. Chet? Cooper Chet.
We're still having the Coop and and other player conversation?
Yeah, I'm not done yet. And I'm not at the biggest one.
I'm going to take a Victor Wembanyama and go, that man is trash. That's what I'm going to do. Wemby hates that guy.
Chet or Flag?
Chet.
You're taking Chet?
No.
Oh.
I said Wemby hates that guy.
Yeah, he does. It's actually hilarious.
Awesome.
It is really awesome. Did Chet do something to him, or is it just like a draft thing? It's a rookie year thing.
Well, I think it goes back to the rookie of the year thing. But there's probably something. Like I'm sure there was.
Because Chet's like, yeah, he's a good player. Like, and Wemby's like, yeah, I want to eviscerate him.
Maybe Wemby's just like a secret like Abe Lincoln like hater.
Maybe actually, he is French.
Of it, and it just brings it. What's the French thing? Didn't the French help us in the Civil War?
That's true. I don't know about the Civil War, but Revolutionary War.
Something.
Shout out to them.
Aren't we doing a history segment?
Yeah, we are. That's later though. That's later. How about the aging stars? Giannis, no chance, right?
No, I'll keep Flag. I'd rather have the runway of Flag than
right.
The other thing about some of these aging stars is you gotta make moves.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta move. And if I'm starting with a fantasy draft, I probably don't have draft picks.
Well, not only that, but injury stuff at this point with Giannis, it has to be a serious concern.
And how is he gonna age? Like 5 years from now, is Giannis doing what LeBron and Durant are doing?
He's what, 30? 31? Is that how old Giannis is? They don't even have his age on Basketball Reference. Am I tripping? Oh, 31.
Thanasis removed it. Thanasis is like a secret Basketball Reference editor, and he took it out.
We have no idea how old he is. We're just guessing. 31 years old with calf problems now. Multiple.
The calf
reoccurring.
Calf thing is a problem for a lot of players.
I know, but I feel like that's kind of. Here's a fun one. Tatum. This isn't the fun one. The fun one.
They said there's a big one coming up, and
well, the big one coming up seems obvious. Tatum.
I'll keep Flag.
I will too.
I think Flag can be better than Tatum.
I absolutely agree.
Tatum is great. Tatum was top 5 player last time he was healthy and playing.
100%. Tatum's incredible.
But I think top 5 is his peak.
I think the argument for Tatum could be, what your floor is. Like that's the thing. Tatum's highs, he has great games here and there, but his highs aren't as high as the 4 above him, the consensus top 4. But he's got a really safe floor, and you know what you're getting almost every single
time. For sure. Eventually, Deuce will play on your team too.
That's true. You can go the father-son route. Jokic.
I'll keep Flag.
Really?
I'll keep him.
Interesting.
Again, it's the runway. It's Jokic. Jokic is what, 32, 33?
No way.
Yeah.
31. He's 30. He's 30 years old.
30 is ancient.
I know. Yeah. Let me tell you.
It's a miracle. The oldest player in the league. 31. No, I'll take. Yeah, I think you take Jokic.
I think
because you'll still get 4 or 5 years of like probably MVP level.
Right.
Jokic.
5 years of like this is one of the greatest center peaks in the history of the sport.
Some people are putting him in top 10, and I just think that's
top 10 all time.
Yes, I think that's ridiculous.
That's my big weak spot. I have no.
Magic Johnson won 5 NBA titles.
This is my weak spot. Is I have no, and if I'm gonna have people on, I feel like I need to have a top 10 list where we can, because I don't have any, and I have no thoughts on all time lists. None. I couldn't care less.
You'll never make it in this business.
I know. I won't. Well, that's going to be my zag. Who cares? Actually, my zag's going to start being like, it's just like, why wait? Cooper Flag's the top 12 player of all time now.
The day you get on Bill Simmons, you'll just be like, you just be saying numbers. Like, yeah, Kevin Durant is a top 37 player.
Well, it's funny is Bill would be like, agreed. Like Dirk, recently I moved from 26 in my ranking to 24. He'd be like, yeah.
I have Wemby at 27.5.
Oh. Well, hopefully he gets up to 27 this year. Jokic, I think you'd have to take too. Just because if Coop becomes as good as Jokic.
If you get 5 years of as good as Jokic is from Flag at any point in his career, that's a massive win.
Huge win. I mean, that's a huge win.
And Jokic is already there.
All right, here comes the fun ones. Are you ready for this? This might get spicy. We're going to get clipped for sure. Former Mavs legends. Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson, no way.
Yeah, no chance.
No chance.
But I wanted Brunson as a segue.
Love the guy. Love his big head. Nothing.
Luka Doncic.
This is a great question. I'm glad you asked me. And
see, for me, I haven't.
As soon as we started about calf injuries, I knew this is where this was going. Again, just like Jokic and SGA, if Flag's peak ends up being as good as Luka is right now for a couple years, then that's a win. We've already seen Luka level up in the playoffs. We have not seen Flag yet in a playoff setting, and that's a big question that we have. I don't know that we'll get to answer that this season, but as soon as we saw Luka in a playoff setting, we were like, that guy's game rises in the playoffs.
So Luka?
I would take Luka, yeah.
So I'd take Flag.
Oh, big shock. Guy taking Luka.
I'd
still butthurt about the trade.
I'd take Coop. And for me, it becomes Giannis's thing was calf injuries. I'm still worried about Luka calf injuries because these are things that have popped up time and time again. He had like a 2-year runway, really.
You doing the earpiece? Is Nico? Nico's feeding you lines now?
No, Nico, I can't say that, man. They're going to think I'm xenophobic. No. For me, I think part of it is a mental thing where it's like, all right, the trade was just so devastating.
You just want to move on.
Yes, I'm ready to. We've got our
fair.
guy in Coop, and that's kind of.
But your team is not the Dallas Mavericks
Right.
like fantasy team. Your team is the faked, slightly biased expansion team
So
that somehow gets to draft.
this was the question I had when we were talking about, I think it was Cade. What do you think? Okay, Cooper Flag, in your opinion, right now, his best season, we could finish it saying, oh, he was a top player in the league this year?
One.
I agree with you 100%. Luka has never been a consensus top 1 player in the league.
Yet. He's 27.
And I personally think a couple years ago he was and should have been the MVP.
He's got 6 years left to be top 1. And I think Jokic will fall off in that time. And SGA, I think Luka can take him. Luka has been better than SGA was last year. The year before last.
But I
blocked out last year.
In my opinion, Luka's last 2 years, and I don't think he's been necessarily great this year. I know his numbers are fantastic. And when I say this, I'm talking from the Luka, the expectations he has as a top 4 player in the league. They're different, and I always needed to hammer that point home when we would talk about him. Be like, he needs to do X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
Because we're saying that as him being a top 4 perennial MVP candidate. Like, we're not talking about him like he's Rui Hachimura or even J-Dub even. Like, yeah, those guys have different expectations. But I'm concerned with how little he gets to the rim. I genuinely am concerned about it.
Yeah.
And he's finishing. Have you seen those numbers?
Well, he's finishing
95% at the rim.
Well, that is one of those numbers that's like, yeah, it's because he's so selective about the times he goes to the rim now that when he does get to the rim, it's like Lively and Gafford leading the NBA in free throw and field goal percentage. It's not because they're just incredible around the rim. They are very good around the rim, but it's because they were getting fed and they were only taking the shots that Jason Kidd was like, yes, you, big man, take that shot.
I'm just so
the passing that Luka can give you, and the shot making combined, it's just such a rare thing you can create an offense out of nothing.
Yes, that is the thing there that I don't think people fully understand is how the gravity the Luka has. Like, I don't think people understand how to contextualize gravity really. Because I'll see like Luke has a bad game or something.
Isaac Newton was just hanging out and you just drop an apple and you can just contextualize gravity.
Oh, there you go. Luka we'll have a bad game and I'll see Lakers fans who are like, this guy doesn't actually get his teammates involved. And it's like, no, he does. The whole Luka experience is he's on ball a lot. He's not Jokic. He's on ball all the time, but he's going to get 2 defenders. He's almost certainly not going to turn it over off of that. He does have high turnover numbers, but he has the ball so much.
He creates the advantage for
right. So you're constantly playing at an advantage.
Instead of having to you don't have to run plays.
Right. Yeah, no, you don't. The play is get Luka the ball, run a high screen, a blitz is coming, Ayton's downhill with a 4-on-3. Like that was the Mavericks' entire game plan.
Look at this young picture of Luka.
Look at him. The big argument for Luka too is like we've seen him in the playoffs like be an absolute murderer. So
Immediately.
So that is the big
against the Clippers, who were supposed to be the best team in the West that year.
Right.
And took them to 6 and then 7.
Don't do that on my show, please. This isn't Locked On where we just let anything happen.
Boo.
No,
I knew that.
I'd take Coop, man. I just would. And
you would take Flag?
I would take Coop. So I've talked about
all that belly aching we all did, and you're like, all right, it's fixed. It's done.
I didn't know the vision included the number.
You didn't know. He didn't tell you.
Well, I had my own talks with the league office about moving some money around, but I didn't realize that Nico was also in there. No, I just think. Well, I think I've said this on my own streams before, but I'm worried about even saying it out loud. Like, when I say this, I'm not saying I would have ever have done it. If I was a consultant with the team, I'd say you never in a million years trade that guy.
No.
There are worlds where you could have at least explained away the logic of being like, we're concerned about this moving forward, $350 million.
Sure.
We're getting ahead of things. The trade itself is literally indefensible.
Yeah.
The
Firewall fence
return,
in and of itself.
like, right. If you did decide to go the route because of the calf injury, like this, our doctors, like if you had a good training staff and not a horrible one, and it's like our doctors are like really concerned about this and $350 million, so we're getting ahead of it. We got 7 first-round picks, 7 first-round picks, and this young like Stephon Castle, the second overall pick, and that became Dylan Harper, and then 5 first-round picks. Like we're thinking about.
You get the whole.
That's like okay.
All the swaps. Yeah, you get the Spurs' entire draft capital plus Castle plus all that.
That's the thing. That's the thing where it's like even if the indefensible part was always the trade return itself.
The return.
Like that was always there was
the
no
return and the way it was handled.
Right. Like so even if years down the line you could look back and be like, man, Luka's career just never blossomed. It wouldn't matter. It wouldn't make the trade a win because it's like you didn't maximize the return at the time. So can you pull up these stats? I said these stats in the group text. I thought they were really interesting, and everybody clowned me. Everyone wanted to clown me, but I really thought these stats were interesting. Over the last 15 games for Cooper Flagg, his tenacity at getting to the rim, okay? So there's only been 10 players in the league over the last 15 games who have had 4 more shots per game in the restricted area, so that's right around the rim, 4 more shots per game in the paint, so that's like floaters and push shots, whatever, and 2 or more shots in mid-range jumpers, 2 or more. And look at the company he's with.
Yeah.
Like that's just like volume, right? This isn't even percentages. These are just guys who are getting to the rim that much, getting to the paint that much, and putting up shots like this. I mean, these are all some of the best scorers in the league. And Coop and Jokic are the only two, and Jokic isn't even on here because he's not attempting enough mid-range. But with the efficiency numbers, like Coop, 67% at the rim at the restricted area. And again, we're not doing that on this show. 50% in the paint, 40% on mid-range jumpers. Like, these are all great scores that he's surrounded by, and his efficiency is right in line with all of them. And these are all, like, pretty much self-created opportunities.
There's just only so many players in the league that are, like, allowed to take mid-range shots.
I know.
All anymore.
Yeah, and Coop is
These are the players that are allowed to take them.
Well, you look at the percentages, and it's like, okay, these are some of the best scores in the league, and it's like 40%.
Yeah, and it's because they're good at these shots, but it's only because stars are the only ones that are good at these shots.
Larry Markkinen, 29% on middies.
He's allowed to take them because
maybe we cut that one out.
His team does not need to win this year, even though they somehow are.
Sengun, 36%. Maybe we cut that. Like
Sengun is like his is the floater thing, and
he does try to do like the Jokic Song War shuffles type turnarounds, and it's like maybe we reserve those for Jokic. So you would take Luka over Coop at this point?
Yeah, I still would at this point.
Just
show me Coop in the playoffs.
Yeah, that's totally fair. But I think you can make that argument for like Ant.
Ant has been into 2 Western Conference Finals.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I feel like,
but I don't think Ant's peak is going to be anywhere close to what Luka's is.
That's fair. So I think my ones were Wemby. I think I originally said Ant, but I think I'm gonna turn back and say Coop over Ant.
Wow.
So I think I just went with Wemby and Shea were the only two I went with.
Jokic.
Well, Jokic, yeah. I guess you'd have to determine what you want to do. It's like, we'll just take Coop and we've got 15 years, or we'll take Jokic and we'll 20. Win. We'll win in the
20
next
20 years. He'll be 38.
That's actually insane.
Right. That's
actually crazy.
20 years.
Because 38 now is like, you could easily be a top 10 player in the league at 38 years old.
Well, just because LeBron is doing it.
Well, no, Steph.
Doing it.
Durant.
Steph.
LeBron, last year.
Literally 3 generational individuals.
Is Coop generational?
I think so.
I think so too.
Well, it'll be Wemby. Okay, here's a conversation we can do. If it's Coop and Wemby as the 2 generational players from this like next generation coming up, who's the third? Because if you're like, all right, we had LeBron, we had Durant and Steph, and they're not that close in age. It's a range of like basically 20 years from now, who will be the LeBron, Steph, and Curry?
Okay.
Wemby and Coop, I think, are already in there. Then we get one more. Shea is too old for it.
Is it too early to plant my flag on Dylan Harper Island, or
2 of them on the same team? I guess you had Durant and Curry on the same team.
I mean, I'm really high on Dylan Harper. Devonta? Like, are you going to go with the new guys?
It could be, yeah. It could
Darren
be
Peterson.
Darren Peterson, AJ Devonta could be one
Cam
of them.
Boozer.
Not Cam Boozer. No.
You don't think so?
I brought up Cam Boozer as a co-star for Flag, and Isaac last night was like, yeah, sure, maybe. Like, ooh, okay. Ooh.
That's scathing.
Isaac didn't. That is scathing from Isaac.
No, I think Cam Boozer, and I'm saying this as somebody who has watched 0 college basketball games and will watch 0 college basketball
games.
Let
us speculate wildly. Let us speculate.
But I have seen the highlights. And just from the highlights, I get the whole, because he's not like beating guys off the dribble and getting into this deep scoring bag. So you see his scoring numbers.
He's
like,
a 4.
Oh. Yeah,
he's
but
like A4. Like,
I think that's just overthinking. Like, he's dominating and making winning plays over and over. So it's like.
So did Janai Broom for Auburn last year.
Yeah, but Janai Broom is just an undersized tweener who's not an athlete.
How big is Cam Boozer?
Yeah, but Cam Boozer's like a legit athlete.
That's the different part.
And he's a freshman.
Does Cam Boozer have all his hair?
Was Janai Broom doing this as a freshman?
Does Cam Boozer have all his hair?
By the way, I actually don't know. Like I said, I don't watch. Janai Broom, yeah, if you're bald, like college basketball's reached a point where guys are balding.
Actually, the Boozers have a really good way of like covering up the fact that you don't have hair.
That's true. Carlos Boozer was the original Jaylen Brown. Look that one up. All-timer. So
Cam Boozer's got great hair.
Let's just do it. God, I hate doing this shit every single day. AD.
Why do you have to do it?
Well, because this show
is called Slightly Biased.
Right.
Like, your face is everywhere.
Well, from the Locked On comments, people love when we talk about trading Anthony Davis.
They love it in a way where
they're very vocal about it.
People love like calculus and algebra. It's like, we know it's good for us at the end of the day, but I hate doing it.
And they come in the comments and say, this fucking sucks. I hate that. But what they're saying is, I hate that it's like, people might read that and interpret it as like, I hate when you guys talk about trading. But what they're saying is, I hate that the podcast is over. Because I love the AD trade talk so much, and I want
it again.
30 to 40 more.
Can I remind everybody that has that opinion that he is going to be out probably again tonight?
Yeah.
He has not played 6 games in a row for the Mavericks ever. Well, Cooper Flag has played more games as a Maverick than Anthony Davis has.
I'm going to say this. If I see injury on your injury or illness on your injury designation, which he has now, by the way.
Is it illness now? It was calf contusion literally right before we recorded.
They added illness, I believe, is what I saw.
He's out for 2 things? Guys, he's out for 2 things.
I immediately think rest/tank.
Or they're just holding him because they want to trade him.
So
maybe his calf is sick.
Oh my God. Jakob Poeltl downgraded to questionable tonight. Injury.
Oh, where's my conspiracy music when I need it?
No, don't tell me. Do not tell me. So
where's RJ Barrett? Do we have eyes on Dick?
No, I don't. I never do.
I'm so glad that you were solo for that one.
Not when I look down, though.
What?
Man, I hope the Haymaker financiers are watching this. I really do.
If they are, they have watched Ben and Skin at least once in their life.
Here you go. 2 minutes ago.
What is their production company called?
Iron Balls.
Iron Balls. They're fine with it.
True. Originally, I thought that's what the name of this was gonna be, and I was kind of thinking to myself like,
Slightly Biased on Iron Balls.
Like it's kind of pretty out there, but I guess we could make it work.
At least the balls are iron and not like something brittle, you know.
That's true. 2 days ago or 2 minutes ago. This is how quick we get our information here.
Okay.
Mark Stein links Daniel Gafford to both Pacers and Raptors, saying Indiana has tried to engage. Oh wait. Mavs film room, I love you. I thought this was AD related because I saw AD in the picture. That's classic.
Got him.
Yeah, that is.
Got him.
Never mind. Daniel Gafford. All right, that's fine. There's a lot of Pacers smoke. I said this, I was like,
for Gafford, yeah.
When a role player gets a lot of smoke, it feels like it's happening.
Yeah, if a star player does, you're like, it seems like a smoke screen. But when a role player does, you're like, okay, they're really targeting this guy.
Right. When it's a role player, and the Pacers love this role player. It's like,
what's the Mathurin contract?
I think it's almost a 1-for-1 match.
Let's go.
Damn near. And Mathurin's one of those guys where it's like, I have no clue what his value is.
Same.
So it's like,
neither do the Pacers.
Right. So I could say Mathurin for Gafford straight up, and I could understand Pacers fans being like, that's dreadful. I would never do that. And then I could also understand Mavs fans. $9 million?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. All right. Well, Mathurin, and they've got like several
Gafford
other.
makes 14.
They've got, well, I mean, maybe the Pacers can do that.
I was going to say, do the Pacers have, let's do math live on the air.
I thought Gafford was at 18.
They've got $12 million under the apron.
Shit.
I don't know if they are stuck under it, but
okay. Yeah, I mean that's one of those where it's like a Pacers fan could be like, I would never do that. And a Mavs fan could be like, I would never do that. And I'd be like, yeah, I don't know, actually.
Well, the Mavs fan would say they would never do that because then they wouldn't have any centers. They'd have Musa and Dwight, and if they keep Anthony Davis, you have potentially 5 games in a row sometimes of Anthony Davis.
Well, look, here's the thing. They're what, 10 games, 7 games under 500?
The Mavs?
Like, 10 and 17.
10 and 17.
Like, they shouldn't, in my opinion, they should make no moves this year based off of, well, if we do this, we don't have a center for the rest of the year. It's like, who gives a fuck? Your team sucks.
I have the new stat. Do you want it?
Yeah.
The new stat that I've been keeping. Isaac loves this stat.
You've developed a new advanced stat.
Basically, this is.
We got to figure out a thing to call it.
The new stat is since 2000, over 200 teams have started 10 and 17 or worse. 12 have made the playoffs.
2000?
200.
Oh, since 2000.
Since 2000, 200 teams have started. Over 200 teams have been 10 and 17 or worse. Only 12 have made the playoffs. 3 of them are West teams.
Mm-hmm.
The Pelicans in 2022, they started 7 and 20.
Bubble.
That's a crazy one. They lost in 6 games in the first round.
Competitive series against the Suns, though.
06, the Kings started 10 and 17. That's back with like Peja and all them. They lost in the first round in 6 games. 03 Lakers. This is the season after the three-peat with Shaq and Kobe. Still had Shaq and Kobe.
Karl Malone
Didn't
year?
have Karl Malone and
Okay.
Gary Payton yet. They didn't do that until 04, but that's 10 and 17.
But
and they lost in the second round in 6 games.
And you want to know something?
And had Shaq and Kobe.
You want to know something? You guys give me shit about the Thunder. He didn't even read. The Lakers part was all off the top of the head. He's like, no, that was the year we had blah, blah, blah. And I actually remember that the 13th game when they turned the season around. Like
That was seminal in my childhood. I'm honest about it. I grew up a Lakers fan. I was massive. I was born in LA.
Yeah.
That was my team. Shaq was my guy. I was so upset that they traded Shaq. I went and bought a Heat Shaq jersey.
That's awesome. I love that.
That will never come out of my closet now.
So AD thing. This is actually my whole thing with AD.
I found the light in college. I just want.
Is it worth trading AD? This is a topic we've debated many a times over on Locked On, and I feel very strongly about it.
Even after games.
After games, yeah. After it'd be like, I do feel bad.
Anthony Davis had 30 points. Where should we trade him now?
Send that footage out. No. Is it actually worth trading AD? Because I've done the thing where we've looked at trade packages, and they are all so horrible.
Yeah, you hate them all.
They are all so
Anytime
terrible.
Isaac sends one in the group chat,
I'm going to read, and these are all trades that have been floated, but I'm going to read the trades that got sent in this group chat we're in last night. AD and Exum for RJ Barrett, Jakob Poeltl, Grady Dick, and a first-round pick.
Dick is good. The Poeltl contract is
Dick good?
really bad.
He's not. And I know we're doing Dick jokes, but I'm just saying, like, as a basketball player, I'm not convinced.
How many Dallas Mavericks Dick jerseys would be sold?
They would be at every single SMU frat
Deep
party.
Ellum would be full of Dick
Yeah.
jerseys.
High fives in Lower Greenville would just be every other person would be in a Grady.
I think the finance bros would wear them over their vest.
They would. That's a thing. When you go to games, is the finance bros have like the button up, like long sleeve shirt with a jersey over them? I'm like, bro, that's crazy.
And they're funding this whole place.
That is actually insane that you're wearing that.
I think it depends on how big the Dick jerseys are.
Yeah, there you go.
What size do the Dick jerseys go? Do they come in magnums?
You know what? I would actually put my foot down and say we're not selling these.
The Dick jerseys?
Like it.
Put Grady on the G Dick?
Well, I would say this. Why are you a big Grady Dick fan? Tell me his 3 biggest shots of his career. If you can't do that, then you're not getting.
Well, when he was at Kansas.
I love that corner 3 he hit against the Pacers. That Poeltl, Barrett, Dick, and a first.
Okay.
That is so bad. I don't think people realize, what are you even gaining from that besides now you're saddled with RJ Barrett and Jakob Poeltl.
Yeah, the Jakob Poeltl contract is not good, and it's longer than Anthony Davis's.
Right. And what am I paying combined for Poeltl and RJ? Maybe you could flip RJ.
RJ doesn't have that long of a contract, though.
Maybe you could flip RJ. But that's like disgusting to me. Like to the point where it's like, I guess my thing is why do you have to trade him between now and February? If you wanted to trade AD, why can't you do it in the summer?
Because he's only getting older. He's out with an injury again.
Right.
His value is only going down. Like, I think you do have to kind of take what you get right now. Because you got to move on. You have to move on. Because if not...
RJ's expiring next year, by the way. So
that one's not as bad.
Poeltl one.
And then...
Poeltl one you would have on your books for 4 years.
Here's the thing that I like that I've seen from people that say, well, you just don't have to give AD the extension.
That's what I say.
That's not how that works.
I would Dude, Pirtle's contract.
It's bad.
Can you put this on the screen?
That one's a bad
This
one.
is a travesty.
Yeah, that's a bad contract.
How the fuck did they give this one out?
It's $19 million right now, which you're like, okay, fine. It's $19 million next year, which you're like, how does he have a player option and then his
Because
contract?
they just signed this extension, I think, this summer.
I know, but
didn't
that
they?
doesn't make any sense.
Wasn't it this summer they signed this? 27, 29, 27. And he's what? 30. Oh, my God.
I love the dramatic scrolling. This is a great addition to this show.
I
Keep
know, I
going.
do
Keep
love
going.
Look at it.
Go to the play-by-play. No.
Well, actually, you know what? One
Give me the
feature
game highs.
one feature that I love.
Go
I
up.
love
How tall is he?
I love the
213 centimeters?
I love the frequently asked question.
Well, you asked how old he was, and it's right there.
What are Jakob Perl's nickname? Jake Puddle. Did you know that?
What's his Instagram account?
What
What schools did he
Jakob. Wow, he got
He went to-
Jakob.
He went to Utah.
Good for him, man. His Instagram account. Oh,
Oh.
I'm blocked.
Maybe he didn't get Jakob.
Maybe not.
He tried to get Jakob and didn't get it.
Okay, so that's one.
It's a bad contract because he's going to be 35 by the end of that one.
You're stuck with that for 4 years. Like, you're not getting off that contract.
Yeah, there's a reason why the Raptors are looking for centers right now.
Right. So,
He's been fine in the past, like even last season.
yeah, I mean, he's okay. But that is like a bad contract for a player who's trending downwards quickly. AD Caleb Barton for RJ Barrett quickly in a first. That one's a little bit more
At
palatable.
least you get off Caleb Martin.
You get off Caleb Martin. But you see what I'm saying? Is it's like, is there no world where you're telling me in the span of 4 months, AD's market will go from this to nothing?
Yes.
When he's going into
Yes.
a player option instead of
Yes.
I disagree.
Anthony Davis
Here's
suits
the
up for the Dallas Mavericks, tears his Achilles.
Okay, all right. Knocking on wood. Let's not put that into the universe. But you are
possible.
correct. It's possible it's possible for any player. But okay.
And then they have to wave and stretch him like Dame.
So actually, I think there's an argument that the Mavs should wait for whatever happens with Giannis, because I do think
I think they may
world,
have to.
there's a world where, let's say Giannis doesn't get traded this season, which I doubt he does, and it goes into the summer. There's a world where, let's say, the Rockets lose in round one again, and like, all right, we need to change it.
Yeah,
stop
they got
something.
changed a lot.
Like, we're going for Giannis, and now these Eastern Conference teams are like, oh my God, Giannis isn't even in this conference anymore. Dude, we could win this conference with AD so easily.
This is the best player in the conference is Jason Tatum. He's out.
Yeah, Tatum and Halliburton.
Well, he'll be back.
Both coming back from Achilles tears. So that now my question is this: why I think AD's trade market might be better than people say it is.
Okay.
Which Eastern Conference team goes into? They could win the East right now with AD if he plays. Because I think
if he plays,
who do you think's the best team in the East? Like, if you had to pick a team to come out the East right now.
Knicks.
I agree. I think it's not even close, and I respect my my Pistons brethren out there. 'Cause
You
I do
almost
love
said your
Pistons.
Arlington brother.
No. I would never say that in a million years. My Pistons brethren, because I actually do have very weird. I have multiple Pistons.
This is weird for a guy with Six Flags season passes.
That's not true. I don't have that. If I don't need to be in Arlington, I'd never step foot in that piece of shit. I mean, I already hated it, and I was at a weekend concert there a couple months ago, and that really cemented it.
Was that on a Wednesday?
Or a couple months ago. It was during a week, actually, funny
How
enough.
can the weekend have
I don't know.
weekday concerts?
I don't know. That seems like a miss on his end. But it took me 2 hours to get out of Arlington. 2 hours. It was like I was trapped in there.
The only time I go there is for Wings games.
Horrible. And they need to get them out.
They need to get him out so bad. And
They-
they keep saying, hey, next year, and then they haven't even broken ground on anything.
They need to get the Dallas, because the Dallas Wings have a moment here with Paige. And
Oh,
upcoming.
Paige is my favorite basketball
You're
player.
WNBA. You kind of, the Wings have the number one pick again.
I know.
So who is it?
They're probably going to get Paige's girlfriend.
That's
Daisy
great.
Fudd. They're probably going to get her. She's playing at UConn. She's playing really well.
What is she? A
She's like,
wing?
no, she's like a sharp shooting guard, like the best 3-point shooter.
That's kind of nice about Paige, because Paige kind of has that Cooper, like, you can kind of build around her a million different ways, huh?
You can, because Paige is 6 foot, which in the WNBA is like you're like a 3.
Right, like 6'8".
Or even there's some 4s that are 6 foot and they just play like Draymond. But Paige is like an incredible passer, incredible teammate, incredible like connective tissue player, and has the best mid-range jumper maybe in the W right now.
She's so good and cool. Just love her.
She's playing in Unrivaled, which starts in January. She's playing
Okay.
on Cam Brink's team.
Oh, nice.
And Rakia Jackson, 2 Sparks.
How about that? Oh, is that scary?
No, it's just good.
I know there's
Maybe a little scary.
I know there's a lot of like, how long will Paige be with the Wings?
Like, hey, Paige, you know how sunny it is in LA?
But
Hey, we have an actual practice facility.
is there an argument that because there's workplaces are like we don't want relationships here for obvious reasons?
The W is the opposite of that.
I know, but I'm saying, is there an argument where it's like maybe we don't draft Paige's girlfriend number 1 because what if they break up?
Well, they did just go through the Nalissa Smith and Dejanay Carrington thing where they brought both of them in at the beginning of the offseason of last year. They've been together for a while. They trade Dejanay, and Nalissa gets really upset. Or they trade Nalissa, and Dejanay gets really frustrated about it. And Dejanay, when she gets frustrated, you hear about it, and you heard about it online. Then they trade Dejanay. It's like you got to get rid of both of them. But it's worked before. Dewana Bonner and Alyssa Smith on the Sun, they were good for forever.
Shout out to the W, man.
Sloot
what a
and
moment.
Courtney Vandersloot and name leaving my mind on the Chicago Sky for a long time too.
How's HVL been doing?
I don't know.
Cool.
Fine. She was like okay.
So the Knicks.
She's still dating Jalen Suggs.
I don't think so. I think they broke up.
Whoa.
Go look at that photo dump. One of the photo dumps she did, and tell me they're not broken up. Anyways, the Knicks. I think. And speaking of Suggs, Magic.
I thought we were going back to the Dick.
It feels so dismissive of the Pistons, but there's just something in the back of my mind.
They're not fully tested yet.
They're not fully. It's not that. It's more like in a playoff setting, you need like 3 creators.
They don't have enough shooting.
Like real legitimate creators, and that's what worries me. But I still really like them. But they're a team though. Like AD, I don't think fits their profile really. And it has been reported their like interest has been widely overstated.
Yeah, it's like maybe we're like, hey, what would it cost?
Right. And
that could be reported as interest, but
there actually are pretty feasible trade packages that are like Ivy, Tobias Harris, and one other contract.
They have all their picks.
And it's like not an arm and a leg for the Pistons. And you can kind of squint if you're the Mavs and be like, that's not terrible. Like we're taking a stab on Ivy.
Yeah.
And I don't know how you feel about him. I'm kind of worried about him, but
he's not that good.
Yeah, it's
our Locked On Pistons guy like texts me all the time and is like, "Are you ready to take Jaden Ivey?" And I'm like,
I just think
you went off him this bad. It's not a good sign for him.
His injury last year just sucked because it really felt like he was building serious momentum.
Yeah,
and it just kind of derailed him a little bit. There's actually the Thompson, that Cam Newton meme where it's like, "You're supposed to be our number 1, and you're playing like a bum." I've seen Pistons and Rockets fans kind of start to simmer a little bit.
For Asar and Amen.
Yeah.
They're weird ones where they're 1A athletes in the league.
I mean, seriously, the best athletes.
And 2 of the best defenders
maybe of all time. Is that crazy?
No.
They are so unbelievably fast. It's actually...
They get off the ground so quick.
When they do, like, and both of them have very similar moves. Like, when they do their little Euro steps, it's like, how did that even just happen?
And then they can't shoot to save their lives.
No, they can't. But, okay. I think Pistons with AD are a serious contender in the East.
They're a contender right now. But AD as the roller with Cade Cunningham, yeah, sign me up. I mean, that's.
But then you do have the
thing with Anthony Davis is he doesn't just like fold in real easy.
I know that's
you have to have some runway to figure it out.
Bulls got a nice win against the Cavs last night. Could you squint and see a world where the Bulls are like?
Yeah, of course the Bulls would do anything.
Well,
everything's
I'm not
on the
saying
table.
trade. I'm saying if they look at their season and they've had such a bad stretch recently, but they're what? What's their record now? Horrible and horrible.
Bulls, I think they're the same as the Mavs. This isn't like they're like 10 and 16, 17.
Yeah, they had such a bad stretch. They are 11 and 15.
Yeah,
that's salvageable in the East, though.
It is.
That's salvageable. They're 10 seed currently. If it's like Giddey, Kobe,
the Mavs?
No. I'm talking about their team.
When they have them.
Giddey and AD 2-man game.
Be interesting.
Could you squint and see that team winning the Eastern Conference Finals?
AD actually, like going to the finals?
I'm trying to look at it from the calculus of like if enough teams look at their roster and say, if we add AD to this and he plays, we could win the East this year. Like there's an opening.
The Bulls could do that, but it'd be the same logic as them trading for Anthony Davis. Like they would have to be a little Delulu.
Yeah. All you need is a couple of Delulu teams to have a bidding war, though.
Hey,
that's kind of my
point. Was a Delulu team last season.
There was a very Delulu team.
It only takes one.
Raptors.
There's a lot. It feels like they're keep coming up in trade rumors.
It obviously would depend on the trade package itself, but you'd probably look at a team of Scotty Barnes, Ingram, and AD is like
AD.
your focal.
Well, you
three.
turn Jakob Poeltl into AD. And you're
Right. So I'm saying, so it's Scotty, Ingram, and AD at the very least. I don't know who else is getting traded in that package. That's not terrible.
They don't have a lot of guards. If they do, if it's quickly is in the deal, then their guard situation is about where the Mavericks is right now.
But that provides this, like, we are so big and physical.
Yeah.
And there's really not an Eastern Conference team that can match this besides maybe some Knicks lineup.
Pistons.
And the Pistons, yeah. That's kind of interesting. I've long thought about this.
And the Raptors have done this thing where they're like, we'll just take the talent. Fine. We'll just take Brandon Ingram's available. Okay.
Yeah,
it doesn't really make any sense.
They literally just did this.
We'll just take him. Fine. Like he's a devalued contract. That's a devalued asset. Sure. Fine. Yeah. Bring him in. Pirtle, same thing. Well, Pirtle wasn't the DeRozan.
Milwaukee.
They're desperate right now.
I know.
I don't even think they have the contracts for it. They also aren't they a second apron team?
I actually think Kuzma and Turner get you pretty. I actually don't think it's as complicated. They can actually make trades.
Are they a second? Are they a?
No, I don't think they're a second apron team. I think they got under the second apron with all of their bullshittery this past summer.
Kuzma and Kyrie.
Kuzma. So it'd be something like Kuzma, Miles Turner, and future picks. And so the Bucks are doing this like, you know what, man? Fuck it. We want to ride with Giannis. Giannis is pressuring.
Oh,
us
they're
again.
under the first apron because of the Dame.
Yeah. All
Okay,
of their
yeah,
maneuvering,
right.
all of their maneuvering got them.
They're 17 under so they could take money.
And if you're the Mavs, you're going with we have maybe the most valuable future picks in the league now, with the Bucks.
The Bucks do have a couple picks. Somebody yelled at me on the Lockdown NBA comments the other day. It's like, why is everybody talking about the Bucks don't have anything to trade? He's like, we have one pick and we have Kuzma and I was like, your second thing in your list was Kuzma. He said Ryan Rollins. I was like, if you're trading Ryan Rollins,
Sign me up for that. If Ryan
He's been
Rollins,
great.
Yeah, I would love Ryan Rollins. No, that's actually
how many Ryans could they play at one time? Ryan Nembhard, Ryan Rollins.
I mean, there was a report yesterday that they were maybe interested in Zach LaVine. You're telling me they wouldn't be interested in AD?
Could the Kings?
I mean, that is funny. Like, you always got to mention the Kings. I'm just immediately thinking a Western Conference team to say, like, what team in the West is like, we can add AD and beat the Thunder right now? I think you could make an argument for the Spurs, but they wouldn't do it.
No, they wouldn't.
But I'd look at AD and Wemby and be like, oh, man, that is such a nightmare.
What about the Clippers?
I've thought about
Let's
the
just
Clippers.
shake this up.
But
Let's take this snow globe and just shake it up.
It'd have to be like Kawhi straight up almost.
Yeah.
Which is kind of interesting, I
What's
guess.
Kawhi's contract?
But
Also, the vibes there, they're
I've
not even showing up for Halloween parties.
yeah, their vibes are terrible. Milwaukee's just an interesting one to me because you have the desperation and you have the whatever. If this doesn't work, our franchise is in the toilet anyways. So what's even the point? Why do you think Indiana's not more brought up?
Kawhi's got one more year, $50 million next year. It's lower than Anthony Davis's. A lot lower.
So you'd have to
$50 million this year, $50 million next year. I honestly, sure.
Kawhi for AD.
Sure.
I don't want the Kawhi business.
Well, do you want to be in the Anthony Davis business?
I guess if it's like Kawhi can mentor.
We're at a point in
Kawhi can mentor Coop, but it's like you think Kawhi's going to mentor anybody?
We're at the point in the history of the National Basketball Association of America's history where Kawhi Leonard is playing more games than Anthony Davis is.
He has played a lot this year,
Yes.
actually. And look at the record.
Yeah, not good. But neither is the Mavs.
True. I've been wondering, I'm like, Indiana's kind of interesting. If they were to look at it from
what if all the Gafford smoke is just an AD cover?
Yeah. It's really hard with contracts, like next to impossible with contracts for them. But it is like this interesting, well, we could just slow play AD all year. Like,
yeah, we've got time.
We've got time. You don't have to like rush back anything. Like, just be healthy. And
him and Halliburton as a pick and roll duo, and Anthony Davis's teams have played fast because he can get stops and he can throw
AD,
outlet passes. And
Tyrese and Siakam.
Is Rick Carlisle going to sign up for that?
I doubt it. Well, honest to God, I don't think Gafford makes much sense for them. He doesn't like match their center profile.
He runs out in transition though.
I know. But
he learned that from Luka, and I think that's something that's made him.
They've
better.
went from a whole decade of Miles Turner to Jay Huff, who's a 3-point shooter too. And I don't think that was like by just we'll just pick Jay Huff off the street, like because he's the most available guy. Like I think that was very much like we need somebody who kind of matches his profile. Any other teams I'm missing?
They could trade for
The
Anthony
Hawks.
Davis.
I mean, I don't
The
think
Hawks is the one that's actually been brought up.
if I'm the Hawks and Trae Young for AD straight up is an option for me, I would do it in a heartbeat. Why would I not do
Would
that?
you want it for the Mavs?
No, I would not want that for the Mavs. But I'm saying if this was like we need to trade AD, like.
I don't think that would be that bad. You got Trae Young as like a stopgap for the next.
But you have to
couple of
pay
years.
him. That's his whole thing.
Yeah, it's the same. It's the same as AD.
So are you all in on a Trae Young contract?
I am not.
Maybe you could view it as, well, we're not going to, like, if we trade AD, we're not going to have any, like, big-time long-term contracts. So if it's, like, Trae's contract would just match Coop's rookie deal, and we don't have to worry, like, it's not that big of a deal.
The Trae Kyrie backcourt is
Trae Kyrie backcourt, wow. Yeah, no, that's just an immediate no for me. But if I'm the Hawks and that's an option, I would do it in a millisecond. Why would I not? Your team would be a little bit funky, but, like,
expensive.
it'd be expensive. But, I mean, if you're like, we're not going to pay Trae, we don't want to pay him, and some of these trade packages
pay
are
AD then?
dreadful.
For the Hawks,
AD's better than Trae.
a caw.
AD's way better than Trae. Magic, there's just not a lot of money that makes sense for them. I think the Heat, like, AD and Bam to me are a perfect match.
That'd be a great duo.
I agree, but I think they're I think they get Giannis. Like, that's my prediction.
Oof.
They have the trade package that makes the most sense, and
Would AD make sense in their no screen offense?
no, but they have to change the way they play anyways.
Yeah.
Like this whole gimmick offense thing I hate it.
It's not gonna work.
It didn't work for the Grizzlies.
I mean, it's working right now at this very moment.
Is it though? They're like
What are they in offense?
they're a mediocre team. They're like a middle of the pack
Yeah,
offensive
but they
rating
have
team.
mediocre talent too.
Their offensive points per game doesn't match their offensive rating because they just play so fast.
That's true. Their points per game is different.
Are the Cavs kind of interesting?
Cavs should be getting desperate a little bit.
I know. And here's the thing where I say, do you have to do it now? Could they be a summer team?
A summer for AD one?
And you could like work out a Garland and something
Miami's the 15th offense.
for AD. And the Cavs, maybe they flip Allen, and now you're just building your team around Donovan Mitchell, Mobley, and AD.
AD Davis.
That's pretty good. Like
Does that get LeBron to come there next year?
maybe LeBron's there on a mid level. I mean, that's a pretty good team, honest to God.
Yeah, I mean if he plays. And
Because
also
they're breaking this up.
I think they have to.
You have no choice.
If it keeps going this bad, the vibes are this bad.
Garland.
Also, Garland is not as injury prone as I thought he was. I started going through his missed games last night, and it's like he missed 25 one season. But
Here's his problem. Exactly what's happening this year. He plays, but he's playing through some lingering toe
yeah,
problem.
right. And so
And he's clearly not the same player, and it's really hurting them. Nets, no. Wizards, no. Hornets,
take a swing, Hornets.
if the Mavs called the Hornets right now and said AD for LaMelo straight up,
The Mavs.
I actually think the Hornets say yes 100%.
Well, he seems to be available.
Yeah, I think the Hornets say yes 1,000,000%. Let's get at the LaMelo business. We don't want to pay him, and now we have AD like next to.
What if Kyrie is the vet for LaMelo that he needed this whole time?
I'm still
Unlocks LaMelo.
I'm still kind of a
Thing
believer
is,
in LaMelo.
LaMelo plays less games than Anthony Davis.
Yeah,
That's why I'd be out on it.
And you got to pay him. I mean, we talk about paying. It's paid. All right, just a couple of quick little rundown things here before we got to leave. Is there any case for trying? There's some reports that they might trade for guys.
Like, try and go for it.
Yeah,
If
any
it's-
case.
It could be fine. If there's any future assets, like the pick this year, any future firsts, then you're like, all right, what are we doing? Because there's just no point.
Is there an argument you could make? And I'm not even like advocating for it. But is there a Kobe White for maybe a few heavily protected first round pick down the line?
A heavily protected that turns into seconds is one thing. Sure, like those are.
I agree though. I can't.
But the thing is, Cooper Flag is that future is the future. And in 5 years, do we want to be like, man,
Yeah.
so glad we got Kobe White 5 years
true.
ago for that first round pick because now we don't have one and now we can't get any talent around Flag.
I can't imagine a scenario like a realistic scenario where buying somebody makes any sense at all.
Yeah, unless it's a swap.
thievery.
It's like a Clay for somebody.
Yeah, I
A
guess.
Clay for a
yeah.
better creator. Like, okay. A Clay for a Kobe White. Fine, sure.
Bulls fans would kill themselves if that trade happened.
They probably already have. So
Here's a fun one. What's your top four in the West?
my top. Oh, it's Thunder number 1
Are they in a tier by themselves to you?
for sure.
Okay.
Then it's Denver after. Then it's like Houston, and I think the Spurs are 4, but they can They can get to 3, maybe even 2.
That's what I wanted to hear. If that was your top 4.
That's the. I mean,
I wanted
who else would be in there?
The Lakers. I wondered if you maybe had an argument for them.
They need athletes. They need defense. They need more than
the Lakers are complete frauds, in my opinion. So that's kind of what I was asking, if the Lakers, in your opinion, were in that same tier. Because I agree, like the Spurs, the Thunder I'd have in a tier by themselves, Rockets, Nuggets in the next tier, and I think the Spurs are in that tier.
With them, they have their ceiling could be for sure.
Yeah,
they could be there, and we just saw they could beat the Thunder.
Yeah, I mean, if Wemby is playing 35 minutes, you have a chance to beat.
It's different.
30.
He was only playing 20 in that game.
I know. We've never seen anything like
20.
it. It was actually insane.
Won every minute he played.
So okay, going from that, how far? Like the Mavs, 5 years away from getting to that point. Like where are we at?
I know the runway for flag is you find a co-star over the next 2-3 years.
It pretty much has to be this draft.
And then in 5 years, he's 23.
I know. It's crazy.
Like, players don't win Finals MVP until they're 26, 27.
I know.
You know, that is...
It's insane to think about.
The 26 one, which is kind of early for a Finals MVP, is 8 years away.
And that's... And think about this. Because Shea was 26 when he just won Finals MVP.
27, yeah.
That was the second youngest team to ever win the NBA Finals.
Yeah.
So, like, it's so incredibly rare for something like that to happen.
That's team overall. I'm just talking about the guy. Like, if flag is going to be the number one, what we started this whole thing talking about.
So that is the argument for tanking. Is it's like
you got to set up, but you got to set up for 6 years from now.
Yeah, I don't know what it does for your franchise if you're just trading guys for scraps.
Well,
I'd rather have AD than honestly trade him for Jakob Poeltl.
They gave him the extension.
See, I don't think that's happening.
Well, if they give him the extension, I think it ruins that whole runway we just talked about.
How do you feel about Jason Kidd GM?
I feel like it could happen.
I'm telling you right now, I had 3 different people tell me the exact same scenario within like a week, unrelated to each other. Kidd GM, Sweeney's back as head coach.
I'd be down with Sweeney as a head coach.
So if that happens, just know that there have been rumblings about it, I guess.
Hey, who was the assistant coach of the team that just beat the Thunder in the
That's true.
in the bubble?
And
The bubble, the NBA Cup.
He wants to be a head coach, obviously. They're not firing Mitch Johnson
No.
anytime soon.
No, he's done a good job.
Right.
Took
So
over for Pop.
yeah. So like if a head coach opening was available here, he'd
Yeah, I mean he left here because he got a promotion
Right.
with the Spurs, so makes sense he would come back here.
I'm going to read some of these donations here, and then we're going to get out. Lil Ness with the 499. Thoughts on Kyrie pushing an innocent robot down? AI will remember that. Also, how does Nick feel about public transportation? We need to grill him right now. Any thoughts on public transit?
I took an Uber helicopter here, so.
Not the Dart?
No.
I'm trying my hardest to
No,
get
I live in
Dart.
Irving now. It'd be like
I'm trying my hardest to get a Dart station built right by the studio. But
Kyrie beating up the robot, though. I mean, you gotta tell him who's boss right now, right?
Yeah, that's true. I respect it, and I like the fact that this team is taking an anti-AI stance.
Also, the robot handlers were like, "Go ahead, try it. Go ahead, try it. See if you can push it." And then Kyrie was just like pushed him, and they was like, "Okay."
I don't like
And
how
then-
confident some of these AI handlers are.
Like, but he's throwing kicks, and then all of a sudden they're like, "Yeah, go for it. Yeah, sure." And then Kyrie just walks up, and it's not even like a super hard shove. He does kind of push him, but like, I was waiting for it to bounce back up and be like, "Haha, just kidding, guys."
He's down for the count.
It does look like a mini version of those robots from the Superman movie.
It's actually kind of nuts. And I am happy this franchise is taking an anti-AI
If I told you that robot had a name, would it make you feel bad about it?
No, it's a robot. We need to not humanize these things, guys, because
Yeah.
we're 20 years from now, we're going to be finding them in the streets.
Like, that's Steve. You just push Steve.
We're-
Steve is a father. Steve has children.
We're going to...
Steve is the caretaker for his grandparents.
That's fine, Steve. Sorry. One of us has got to make it out of here, and it's going to
Steve is a volunteer at his local animal hospital.
local robot hospital.
No, live animals he takes care of.
Only living things can really nurture other living things. Yvonne the Great, $5. It's always funny reading the amount of donations. Like, I don't know.
This is how much you love me.
Nick, wondering where all this...
I love you this many dollars amount.
Oh, here you go. Nick, wondering where all this organization has been last few years of Locked On.
Organization?
I'm thinking they're just saying, like, how nice this show is, how professional it is. and just
we've been lacking in professionalism on Locked On. That's what we've been lacking.
Locked On.
Actually, we've been lacking in professionalism and organization and format. Those are the things that we definitely lack.
I'm gonna tell you right now, that's not what Locked On is lacking, because that's actually one of that's Locked On's strength, I think.
That's the thing we got going is our format and organization.
I think Locked On's biggest strength is that it is most of the time people with webcams who are just like fans of the team. Obviously there's some like beat reporters.
Yeah,
and you're technically
we can do. Well, the thing about Locked, you want me to give the whole spiel?
We've got 5 minutes.
We've got everybody on every side. We've got John Corrales, who literally travels with the team and covers the team, and like he's here. We also have Brad Rowland of Locked On Hawks, who covers the Hawks and is like capital J journalist type person. And then we have our Locked On Clippers guy, Darian Vaziri, who is a full-on fan, is part of the wall for the Clippers. Like,
is he really?
Went on a huge rant when they lost, when they went down after the 3-1 lead, and was calling Doc Rivers Glenn on some kind of big rant that went viral. And that's how I found him.
And he's constantly beefing with KD, weirdly.
Constantly beefing. Well, all of our hosts are beefing with KD. You had Ben Garcia of Locked On Suns was beefing with him. You had Jackson Gatlin of Locked On Rockets was beefing with him. Everybody was Matt Moore of Locked On Nuggets was beefing with him.
That's the infamous.
That's where we got the I'm not reading, or I don't want to talk about graphs and a hoops combo. That was from Matt Moore.
That's the infamous one.
Everybody's been beefing with KD.
No, I think that's actually the strength of Locked On.
Oh yeah.
It's fun. That's what people like listening to. Just people.
They want to know what they're gonna get every day, and I'm gonna give you what you get every day.
So yeah, Ivani, thanks for the donation, but I resent that. No, I know you're fucking around.
I appreciate it.
Anyways, I mean, this was a great show.
This whole time, there's been a giant skinhead watching me.
A giant.
Clarify yourself.
Yeah, a giant. Jeff Skin Wade has a giant cutout face over there with Luka and Kyrie. So that's.
I've been waiting the whole show to say that.
Let's be very clear about that, please. And I do want to say one of the big selling points of this was like, slightly, come on, you can talk about whatever you want. Like, don't worry. And I had some very hard-hitting political conversations I wanted to get into today that I was told no. And I just want to be honest. And my main goal was like, I'll get Nick on here. I'll get his opinion on some things. We'll get Locked On shut down. And now we have a bigger market for us to corner.
That's right.
Look at this. Well, thanks for coming on, Nick. It was a lot of fun. We had a blast.
Always a pleasure.
I'll talk to you in a few hours.
Yeah, right. See you after the game.
Oh, look, somebody.
That's right. I finally delivered.
Little bad timing, honestly. Look at that.
It's been like a year.
How about that shirt right there?
Derek Lively fan club. Hype squad.
Hype squad. Derek Lively hype squad. That's fantastic stuff. Get well soon, big fella. Get well soon. All right, thanks guys for coming out. We love you all. Subscribe to Silent Bias channel. Subscribe to the Haymaker Network. Subscribe to Locked On Mavs.
Hey.
Yeah, plug your. I've never had guests on. So.
Wow, yeah. At Nick Van Exit everywhere, and Locked On Mavs everywhere.
I'm actually really interested. And the person was like, "Who the fuck's this guy?" Like, is there somebody who exists like?
I'm sure there are, and I would love to get to know you. Come see me at the game, section 123.
Peace out.
Boom.
Is the outro coming?
My brain's gonna explode. There's something sinister afoot, absolutely. Iron Ball!